In this part of the lesson, we will do some review exercises from lesson 1 that we did in the last class. Well, let's start with a simple problem. Write 120 as the product of its prime factors. I hope you remember the meaning of prime number. A prime number cannot be written as the product of other two numbers. A prime number has only itself and 1 as its factors. So what are the prime factors of 120? Well, first we review the rules for divisibility. Now, how do you know if a number can be divided by 2? Do you know how a number can be divided by 2? If the last digit of a number is 0 or even, if the last digit is an even number or 0, then you can divide that number by 2. Well, if the sum of the digits of a number is divisible by 3, then that number can be divided by 3. That is the rule for divisibility. 27. Add the digits. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 can be divided by 3. Therefore, 27 can be divided by 3. Okay. That is the rule for divisibility by 3. How do you know if a number can be divided by 5? Well, if the last digit of a number is 0 or 5, that number can be divided by 5. Well, when you want to factor, to find the prime factors of a number, you got to start with the smallest possible number. Tell me, what is the smallest number you can divide 120? Well, we can divide 120 by 2. So we can now 120 can be repeatedly divided by 2. How? Watch this. 120 can be divided by 2. You know how to do this? Well, 2 goes how many times in 12? 6. And then add that 0. 120 divided by 2 is 60. Alright, 60 can be again divided by 2. There you are. What is 60 divided by 2? 60 divided by 2 is 30. Now, what is the smallest number you can divide 30 by? 30 can again be divided by 2. Alright, what is 30 divided by 2? Is 15. Alright, we have now come to a stage when 15, you cannot divide 15 by 2. Okay, what is the smallest number you can divide 15 by? 15 can be divided by 3. Alright, divide 15 by 3. You get 15 divided by 3 is 5. Well, 5 is a prime number. You can only divide 5 by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So you continue dividing by the smallest possible number until you get 1. So what are the prime factors of 120? It is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 is 120. So 120 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Now you must be able to do the prime factorization of any number like this. Okay? Well, practice with some of the problems in the homework. Let's try one more. Write 750 as the product of its prime factors. Can you tell me, what is the smallest number you can divide 750 by? Well, if the last digit is an even number or 0, you can divide the number by 2. So we start by dividing by 2. 750 can be divided by 2. Now, how do you divide 750 by 2? Now, watch me do that. 2 goes, start with 7. 2 goes in 7 3 times. So that will be the 3. Now, 3 times 2 is 6. After taking away 6 from 7, you got 1 left. And this 1 and 5 is 15. 2 goes in 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Now, from 15, take away 14, you have 1. 1 and 0 is 10. And 2 goes in 10 5 times. So 750 divided by 2 is 375. I hope you can do divisions like this. Alright, can you divide 375 by 2? Well, you cannot divide 375 by 2. What is the next smallest number you can divide 375 by? Can you divide 375 by 3? Try that. 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Yes, 15 can be divided by 3. Therefore, 375 can be divided by 3. Alright, let's divide it by 3. Now, watch me do that again. This 3 goes in this 3 once. So that will be the 1 there. Then 3 goes in 7 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Take away that 6 from 7. Remaining 1. 1 and 5 is 15. And 3 goes in 15 5 times. Are you following what I'm doing? So 375 divided by 3 is 125. Now, what is the smallest number you can divide 125 by? Can you divide 125 by 2? No, because this is not an even number. Can you divide 125 by 3? Well, try it. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 cannot be divided by 3. Therefore, 125 cannot be divided by 3. What is the next one you try? Well, if a number cannot be divided by 2, it cannot be divided by 4. So don't even have to try it. Can 125 be divided by 5? Yes. So, divide by 5. What is 125 divided by 5? Well, 5 wouldn't go in 1. So, 5 goes in 12 2 times. So, write the 2. 5 goes in 12 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. Take away 10 from 12, you get 2. And 2 and 5 is 25. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So 125 divided by 5 is 25. What can you divide 25 by? Well, you can only divide 25 by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And 5 can only be divided by 5 to get 1. So what are the prime factors of 750? It is 2 times 3 times 5 times 5 times 5. There you are. How about this? Write 31 as the product of its prime factors. 31. What kind of a number is 31? If you followed my lesson, my first lesson, you must be able to tell me. 31 cannot be divided by 2. 31 cannot be divided by 3, can you? No. 31 cannot be divided by 5. 31 cannot be divided by 7. Well, can you divide 31 by any number? No. 31 cannot be divided by any number except 1 and 31 itself. So, 31 is a prime number. it has no other prime factors. Okay, let's do another one. Write 16 over 20 in its lowest terms. What is the method we practiced in the last lesson? To write a fraction like this in the lowest terms, what do? We factor the numerator and denominator and then cancel the common factors. Alright, 16. Look at the way I'm going to write 16. 16 is 4 times 4. 20 is 4 times 5. Why did I factor 16 as 4 times 4? I could also do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. The reason why I did that, I know 20 can be divided by 4. And so I wrote 16 as 4 times 4, 20 as 4 times 5. What do we do now? Cancel common factors. 4 on the denominator cancels with the 4 on the numerator, giving us the result 4 over 5. So 16 over 20 is 4 over 5. How about another one? Write 15 over 90 in its lowest terms. Okay, let's factor 15 and 90. Well, factoring 15 is very simple. What are the prime factors of 15? Can you tell me that? 15 is 3 times 5. Well, let's go and factor 90. Alright, let's find the prime factors of 90. What is the number you can divide 90 by? You know it can be divided by 2. What is 90 divided by 2? 2 goes in 9 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 take away 9 is 1. 1 and 0 is 10. And 2 goes in 10 5 times. 90 divided by 2 is 45. Okay, what is the smallest number you can now divide 45 by? 45 can be divided by 3. What is 45 divided by 3? 3 goes in 4 once. Alright, 1 times 3 is 3. 3 take away 4 is 1. 1 and 5 is 15. 3 goes in 15 5 times. So 45 divided by 3 is 15. Is that right? 15 can be divided by 3. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 can only be divided by 5. So these are the factors of 90. 90 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Alright, so you got 15 equal to 3 times 5. And 90 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And you notice I have colored the common factors red. You see, there's a 3 and a 3 common, both numerator and denominator, a 5 and a 5 common. Now we cancel the common factors. The 3 on the denominator cancels with the 3 on the numerator. The 5 on the denominator cancels with the 5 on the numerator. Tell me, what is left on the numerator now? If all the factors are cancelled, you still have a 1 left there. You see? Actually, this is 1 times 3 times 5. When all the factors are cancelled, you are left with a 1. The numerator is 1. The denominator is 2 times 3, 6. So 15 divided by 90 is 1 divided by 6. You practice a number of these on your own. Alright? As soon as you finish watching this lesson, run to the homework and do some of it on your own so that you improve that skill. Alright. Let's now do another one. Find the product 4 over 7 times 21 over 8 in its lowest terms? Well, how do you do that? First, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. Now that means 4 divided by 7 times 21 over 8 can now be written as, what is my numerator? Numerator is 4 times 21. Denominator is 7 times 8. Now, what do we do now? Factor the numerator and denominator. I'm going to leave the 4 as it is. You know why? Because I know on the denominator 8 contains a 4. So to make it easy, leave that 4. But 21 can be factored as 3 times 7. Is that right? Yes. And on the denominator 7 stays and 8 can be factored as 4 times 2. Now you notice a 7 on the numerator and a 7 on the denominator will cancel. A 4 on the denominator and a 4 on the numerator will cancel, leaving us with the result a 3 on the numerator and a 2 on the denominator. But is this the answer? You must write the answer using a mixed fraction. That will be 1 and 1/2. Well, I know some of you know this so well, you will ask me, why do you have to go through all these processes? Can't we simply do it right here? If you want to do that, let me just show you. You can actually do it in a very simple way, but this is the basic principle, right? We can do it in a simple way like this. 7 goes in 21 3 times. You see, let me write that down for you. It will be like this. We will say 7 goes in 21 3 times, and 4 on the numerator goes in 8 2 times. I know some of you do like this. It's not right. 7 goes in 21 3 times, and 4 goes in 8 2 times, leaving a 3 on the numerator and a 2 on the denominator. Okay, if you can do like this, that's fine. Otherwise, you got to write it like this and factor each number, then cancel the common factor. We arrive at the same answer. Okay, let's move on. Find the product. 2 and 2/3 times 5 and 4/5 in its lowest terms. Alright, tell me, what is the first thing to do here? These mixed numbers need to be written as improper fraction. Alright, help me quickly. How do you write 2 and 2/3 as an improper fraction? Now watch this. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So 2 and 2/3 is 8 over 3. Right? Alright. What is 5 and 4/5 using improper fraction? 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 4 is 29. It is 29 over 5. So write the mixed numbers as improper fraction. 2 and 2/3 is 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. It is 8 divided by 3 multiplied by 5 and 4/5 is 5 times 5 is 25 plus 4 is 29. It is 29 over 5. What do we do now? Now that is 8 multiplied by 29 divided by 3 multiplied by 5. Are there any common factors you can cancel there? No. So what you need to do is multiply the numerator. 8 multiplied by 29. I'm sure you can do that. 8 multiplied by 29 is 232. And of course 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Well, we need to write the answer as a mixed number. How would you do that? The question is, how many 15s can be taken out of 232? Alright, so let's come over here and divide 232 by 15. How many 15s can be taken out of 232? Alright, tell me how to do that. Well, you know that 15 will not go in 2. So we go to 23. Alright, how many 15s go in 23? 1. So write that on the top. 1 15 will go in 23, and that will be 1 times 15 is 15. Write that down below it. Take away that 15 from 23, what do you get? You get 8. Bring down the 2. Okay, tell me, how many 15s will go in 82? You must have a fair idea of the table of 15. Do you know? 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. 15 times 3 is, anybody? Is 45. 15 times 4 is 60. 15 times 5 is 75. Right? 15 times 6 is 90. We have gone over 82. So how many 15s will go in 82? You know 15 times 5 is 72. So 15 will go 5 times in 82. And 5 times 15 is 75. What is remaining is 7. That means we can take out 15 15s from 232. And remaining is 7 out of 15. The mixed number is 15 and 7 out of 15. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Find the quotient. I hope you remember how to divide a fraction by another fraction. Find the quotient. 7 over 6 divided by 9 over 10 in its lowest terms. How do we do this? Division by a fraction can be done by changing the division to a multiplication. Now, when you change the division to a multiplication, you invert the second fraction, right? Okay. Now, change the division to a multiplication and invert the second fraction. So, 7 divided by 7 over 6 divided by 9 over 10 becomes 7 over 6. Change the division to a multiplication, and 9 over 10 then become 10 over 9. So it is 7 over 6 times 10 over 9. Okay, that will be 7 times 10 on the numerator divided by 6 times 9 on the denominator. Now factor the numerator. 7 will stay as it is. 10 can be written as 2 times 5. On the denominator, 6 can be written as 2 times 3. And 9 we will leave as 9. Why? Because there is no profit in factoring it as 3 times 3. There are no 3's on the numerator. What are the factors that will cancel? 2 on the denominator will cancel with 2 on the numerator. And what are we left with? We have a 7 times 5. What is 7 times 5? 35 on the numerator. And 3 times 9, 27 on the denominator. 35 divided by 27. Okay? Now, how do you simplify that? 35 contains 127. And when you take away 127 from 35, you are left with 8. So 35 over 27 is 1 and 8 over 27. Alright? Now what you should do is, every time I do a problem like this, you hit pause and try this on your own. You see, only by repeated doing you learn. In algebra at this level, you got to learn, you got to do and do and do. Only repeated doing will give you the skill of doing problems like this. Alright, let's do another one. Find the quotient 2 and 3 over 10 divided by 7 and 4 over 5 in its lowest terms. Alright, can you tell me what you do there first? What is the starting point? I know some of you will say change division to a multiplication. Well, before we do that here, we need to do something else. And that is, you need to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So, first 2 and 3 over 10. What is the improper fraction for that? 10 times 2 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23. That is 23 over 10 divided by 7 and 4/5. That becomes 5 times 7 is 35. 35 plus 4 is 39. It is 39 over 5. Okay, we have now written the mixed numbers into improper fraction. Well, this is the time now to change the division to a multiplication and invert the second fraction. So, that becomes 23 divided by 10. The first fraction will not change. And now the division becomes a multiplication and the second fraction is inverted. 39 over 5 becomes 5 over 39. Okay, now this is the same as 23 multiplied by 5 on the numerator and 10 multiplied by 39 on the denominator. Okay, what's the next one? Factor numerator and denominator and cancel common factors. Well, on the numerator, 23 cannot be factored, it's a prime number. 5 cannot be factored, so we leave it like that. 10 can be factored as 2 times 5. And 39, we will leave it like that. Can 39 be divided by any number? 39? Yes, 39 can be divided by 3. But in this case, there is no profit in doing it because there is no 3 on top. Alright, now it is time for us to cancel common factors. 5 on the denominator goes with 5 on the numerator, and we get 23 over 78, and that is the answer. Okay, let's do another one. Find the quotient 2 over 5 divided by 20 in its lowest terms. Now, you know that when you divide a fraction by a fraction, you change the division to a multiplication and invert the second fraction. Now here, a fraction is divided by a whole number. Well, any number can be written as a fraction. Can you write 20 as a fraction using a numerator and denominator? Yes. 20 is the same as 20 divided by 1. You see? So, dividing by 20 is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. You see? 20 over 1. What is the reciprocal? 1 over 20. You see that? So, 2 over 5 divided by 20 is the same as 2 over 5 change the division to a multiplication and invert 20 over 1. It becomes 1 over 20. So the reciprocal of 20 is 1 over 20. And now that will be 2 times 1 divided by 5 times 20. Well, we factor that. That will be 2 times 1 divided by 5 times 20 can be written as 2 times 10. Why did we choose to write 20 as 2 times 10? Because we have a 2 on the numerator so that we can cancel the common factors. Now 2 on the denominator goes with 2 on the numerator. What is my numerator now? My numerator now is 1. The denominator is 50. So the answer is 1 over 50. Okay. Let's move on and do another one. Add. Right, if you remember, I stopped last lesson when I was about to do a problem like this. I ran out of tape and I didn't continue that. But I knew I will be doing a problem like this here. Okay, how do we do this? 5 and 3/4 plus 3 and 1/3. First of all, make that into an improper fraction. Change mixed numbers to improper fraction. 5 and 3/4 changing to improper fraction becomes what? 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 3 is 23. So this becomes 23 over 4 plus 3 and 1/3. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10 over 3. Okay. Now tell me, what is the method for adding fractions? I want you to really understand the method of adding fractions, because that's something many students have problems always, even when they go to higher levels. Alright, where is the starting point? If you look at the denominators, this denominator is 4, this is 3. There are no common factors there, and therefore the LCD, the lowest common denominator, is simply the product of the two. The LCD is 4 times 3. When there are no common factors between numerators, to find the LCD, we simply multiply the two numbers. So the LCD here is 3 times 4, that is 12. And what's the method? Write the LCD, the denominator, and put a big line on top. Okay, I have given you a method for adding fractions. I want you to practice that method. What's the method I gave you? 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And what do you do to that 3? Multiply this 3 with 23 and write it over here. You see, 3 times 23. I hope you understood how this came about. It comes like this. 12 divided by 4 is 3. There you are. And multiply that 3 with its numerator, 23. 3 times 3. Follow that up with the plus sign. Alright? Follow this up with the plus sign. Plus. We do the same thing for the second fraction. How? 12 divided by 3 is 4. What do I do with that 4? Multiply that with the 10. So 12 divided by 4, well, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and multiply that 4 with the 10, so that you get 4 times 10. Watch it again. Where did that 4 come from? It is this 12 divided by the 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Multiply that 4 with that numerator 10. Okay, now let's simplify that numerator. What does that equal to? 3 times 23. Isn't 3 times 23 equal to 69? So 3 times 23 is 69, plus 4 times 40 is 4 times 10 is 40. Add 69 to 40, what do you get? 69 plus 40 is 109. Alright, a challenge for you. How would you write 109 over 12 as a mixed number? Now the question you got to answer is, how many 12s can be taken out of 109? If you know the tables of 5, if you know the tables of 12, well, watch me doing it. 12 times 1 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, 12 times 3 is 36, 12 times 4 is 48, 12 times 5 is 60, 12 times 6 is 72, 12 times 7 is 84, 12 times 12 times 8 is 96, 12 times 9 is 108. You see? 12 times 9 is 108. So how many 12s are there in 109? There are 9 12s there. So you get 9 and 1 over 12. 109 is 9 and 1 over 12. I want you to do this now on your own. Practice this method of adding fractions. Now you got to feel comfortable adding fractions. Alright? Let's do another one. Add 2 and 5 over 6 plus 5 and 7 over 8. Okay? What's the first method? First we write these numbers as improper fractions. Alright? 2 and 5 over 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. It is 17 over 6 plus 5 and 7 over 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 7 is 47. 47 over 8. Alright, how do we add this? 17 over 6 plus 47 over 8. First, we find the LCD of the two numbers on the denominator. What is the LCD of 6 and 8? We factor 6. Well, 6 can be factored as 2 times 3. 8 can be factored as 2 times 2 times 2. Now, I don't know whether you remember, I gave you a rule to find the LCD. What's the rule? This is the first number. Start by picking all the factors of the first number. So our LCD will contain 2 times 3. We have picked a 2 and we have picked a 3. And now we go to the second number. What do? Pick the factors without repeating. So we will come to the first 2 and we will say, I have picked 1, 2, therefore I don't want you. We go to the second 2 and say, I have picked only 1, 2 before, therefore I need the second 2 and I need the third 2. So LCD will contain all these factors, 2 times, 3 times, 2 times 2. So the LCD is, we first pick all the factors of the first number and then pick the factors from the second number that is not already being picked. Why didn't I pick the first 2 from the second number? Because I have it 2 picked already. And the repeated 2s need to be picked because we have only picked 1, 2. So what is the LCD? It's 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. 2 times 3 times 2 times 2, and that is 24. So our LCD is 24. Look at the way I wrote it. 24 is the denominator, and we put a big line. Now we need to construct the numerator. How do we construct the numerator? Well, this is the way we construct the numerator. Look at this. 24 divided by 6. What is 24 divided by 6? Is 4. There you are. The first denominator is 6 and the LCD is 24. Divide 24 by 6. The answer is 4. What do you do with that 4? Multiply that with this numerator. So, write it here. 4 times 17. So, where did the 4 come from? The 4 is 24 divided by 6. That is the 4. And multiply that with 17. Follow that up with the positive sign. There, you've got to have a plus sign there. Now the second denominator is 8. Now 24 divided by 8. What is 24 divided by 8? It's 3. What do you do with that 3? Multiply the numerator 47. Yes. So multiply this 3 with the numerator 47 and write it here after the plus sign. So where did that 3 come from? That 3 is this 24 divided by 8. That is 3. And multiply that 3 with 47 and write it there. Okay? Now 4 times 17 is 68. Right? You know that. And what is 3 times 47? Is 141. Well, add the two numbers on the numerator now. My numerator is now 209 and my denominator is 24. Okay, the question is, how many 24s are there in 209? How many 24s are there in 209? Now, I start it like this. 24 times 5 is 120. Do you know that? 24 times 5 is 120. 25 times 6 is 144. 24 times 7 is 168. 24 times 8 is 192. You see, we are getting closer and closer to 209. 24 times 8 is 192. Now, I don't think there is one more 24 that you can take. I think we're going to stop there. That means we can take 8 24s from 209. What is left? 24 times 9 is 216. We have gone over. That means there are only 8 24s in 209. Now you take 8 24s, what is remaining? Now take away 192 from 209, and that is 17. So 209 divided by 24 is 8 and 17 over 24. Okay? Practice that one more time on your own. Another problem. Find the perimeter of the triangle shown below. Here's a triangle. One side is 5.5 centimeter. The second side is 2 1/4 centimeter. The third side is 4 1/8 centimeter. What is the meaning of perimeter? Perimeter is the distance around. You see? So to get the perimeter, you simply add the lengths of the three sides. That's correct. The perimeter is the sum of the three sides, 5 1/2 plus 2 1/4 plus 4 1/8. Add the three sides. Okay, help me do that, can you? First of all, we write these as mixed improper fractions. 5 1/2. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. That will be 11 over 2, plus 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So this will be 9 over 4, plus 4 and 1 over 8. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33. So 4 and 1/8 is 33 out of 8. Try and do it along with me. Okay, now you need to add the three fractions. Alright, what's the starting point? We need the LCD. Now, the first denominator is 2, the second denominator is 4, the third denominator is 8. What is the LCD of 2, 4 and 8? I'm sure you must be able to tell me that now. You see, if you look here, 8 can be divided by 2, 8 can also be divided by 4, and 8 can be divided by 8. That means the lowest common multiple or the lowest common denominator is 8 itself. Is that right? Yes. And so, there we have the common denominator 8. And now we need to construct the numerator. What's the method? The first denominator is 2. So we say 8 divided by 2 is 4. What do you do with that 4? Multiply this 11. And so our first number here is 4 times 11. Now I hope you understood this one more time. This common denominator is 8. Divide that by the first denominator. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And multiply that 4 with its numerator. 4 times 11. Follow that up with the sign plus. Alright, what's the next number? 8 divided by 4 is 2. What do you do with that 2? Multiply this 9. That will be 2 times 9. Follow that up with the plus. Alright, what's the next one? 8 divided by 8 is 1. Multiply that 1 with 33. There you are. Alright, now multiply each of these numbers. 4 times 11 is 44. Plus 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 1 times 33 is 33. Now add the numerator. What is 44 plus 18 plus 33? It's 95 over 8. Okay, now you got to tell me, to write this as a mixed number, how many 8s are there in 95? How many 8s can be taken from 95? Well, you know that 10 times 8 is 80. 11 times 8 is 88. 12 times 8 is 96. We have gone over. So, how many we can take? 11 8s can be taken out and remaining will be 7. 95 divided by 8 is 11 and 7 over 8. Now, you see, this lesson we did on fractions is a very important lesson. I want you to go back periodically and practice adding fractions, multiplying fractions, and dividing fractions. You cannot forget this, alright? I'm going to stop this one here now. I will see you for the next lesson later on.